Maybe if Shayla moved as fast as she talks, we'd actually hit our numbers this quarter. My boss said it while imitating the way I walk, dragging his leg across the front of the conference room like it was a comedy sketch. 12 people sat around that table. The laughter came in waves. Nervous, cruel, compliant. Not one person said a word. But I wasn't counting the people laughing. I was counting numbers. His numbers. And they didn't add up. My name is Shayla. I'm 34 years old. I work as a regional sales coordinator at a mid-sized building supplies distribution company. I handle inventory tracking, order logistics, and internal reporting for a 15-person office. I'm the operational backbone nobody credits. I was born with a congenital condition affecting my right leg. I've walked with a pronounced limp my entire life, and I wear a custom brace that wraps from my knee to my ankle. It slows my stride. It has never once slowed my mind. My mother raised me alone, working 2 jobs to keep the lights on. No connections, no safety net, no one handing me anything. I earned my position through night school, industry certifications, and years of grinding through entry-level jobs nobody else wanted. In that office, I was the person who reconciled every sales report, processed every commission, and managed every vendor invoice. I saw every number that moved through the building, every single one. People looked at me and saw the limp. They saw someone slow, someone limited. But I had eyes on every dollar in that office, and I had a skill set my boss was too arrogant to notice. If you've ever been judged by something about your body instead of what's in your mind, hit subscribe. I know you're out there. Tell me in the comments what they overlooked about you. I'm reading every word. Click hype because this story is just getting started. Let's go. My boss was a man named Craig Wexler. He ran our regional sales office like it was his personal kingdom. Loud, charismatic, a good old boy type, who slapped backs and told stories and made everyone feel like they were part of something. Corporate loved him because his quarterly reports always showed strong numbers. 4 years as regional director, and his charts only went up. Craig had always been dismissive of me. He called me sweetheart in meetings. He assigned me to back office tasks and never included me in client presentations, even though I knew more about inventory and pricing than anyone on that floor. But the mockery escalated during a quarterly review prep meeting. Craig was stressed. The numbers were soft and he needed someone to blame. He pointed at me from across the table. "Shayla, maybe if you hustled a little more." He paused, looked down at my leg and grinned. "Oh wait, I guess hustling isn't really your strong suit, is it?" He gestured at my brace. The room laughed. The sound of it bounced off the whiteboard and the cheap drop ceiling tiles and settled in my chest like broken glass. I kept my face still. Then I asked a simple question. "Craig, the Q3 projections you submitted to corporate, do those include the returns from the Harmon account? Because I processed 3 major returns that aren't reflected in the report." His face changed. The smile vanished. "Don't worry about what I submit. You process what I tell you to process. That's the job. Stick to what you can handle." After the meeting, he pulled me into his office. The door clicked shut and his voice dropped low. "Don't ever question my numbers in front of the team again. I put you in this job. I can take you out, and nobody's gonna fight for you. Who would?" That evening, I stayed late. The office was empty. The only sound was the hum of the fluorescent lights and the click of my keyboard. I opened the Q3 report Craig had submitted to corporate and cross-referenced it against the actual data I managed. The numbers didn't match, not by a little, by over $340,000. Craig had been inflating sales figures for at least 2 years. He told me to stick to what I could handle, so I did. I pulled every file, every invoice, every report I'd ever touched, and I started handling the truth. The mockery didn't stop after that meeting. It got worse. Craig gave me a nickname, Slow Lane. He used it openly, casually, like it was a term of endearment. Colleagues started using it behind my back. I'd hear it in whispers near the water cooler, in the parking lot, in the break room when they didn't think I was close enough to hear. During a company-wide video call with other regional offices, I stepped out to use the restroom. When I came back, Craig's voice boomed through the speaker. "There she is, Slow Lane coming in hot, well, lukewarm." Snickering came from multiple locations. I sat down, my face showed nothing. Under the desk, my hands trembled. Then came the promotion. A senior analyst position opened at corporate. I was more than qualified. I practically built the data systems the regional office ran on. I applied. Craig killed the recommendation. He told HR I lacked the mobility and presence for a client-facing adjacent role. I didn't hear this from Craig. A sympathetic HR coordinator let it slip during a routine call, her voice dropping to a near whisper. "I'm sorry, Shayla. I thought you should know what he said." 2 weeks later, Craig took a reporting template I had designed, one that streamlined our entire inventory tracking process, and presented it to corporate as his innovation. He received a commendation email. I saw it pinned to the break room bulletin board with his name in bold across the top. When I congratulated him through gritted teeth, he winked at me. "Thanks, sweetheart. Teamwork, right?" The isolation came next. Craig reassigned my vendor accounts to a newer, less experienced employee, his nephew, Tyler, a 24-year-old who couldn't tell the difference between a purchase order and an invoice. When I objected, Craig leaned back in his chair and said, "You seem overwhelmed lately. I'm doing you a favor. Maybe a lighter load is better for someone in your situation." Tyler started making errors immediately, costly ones, but Craig covered every single one and shifted the blame to my previous mismanagement of those accounts. Colleagues stopped talking to me. Nobody sat with me at lunch. I started eating alone in my car, listening to the sound of rain on the windshield, staring at the side of the building where I'd spent 6 years being invisible. But I wasn't breaking. I was building. I started staying late every night. After the last person left and the parking lot emptied, I'd sit at my desk and pull records. Every report, every invoice discrepancy, every inflated figure Craig submitted. I backed everything up on a secure personal drive. Then I started teaching myself advanced forensic ADA analysis through free online courses, nights and weekends, methodical and focused. He thought I was shrinking. He thought the nickname and the isolation were working. But every night after he left, I was in those files. And the story those numbers told was devastating. What Craig never understood was that the person he called Slow Lane could read a financial report the way a surgeon reads an X-ray. I saw what was broken. I saw where it was broken, and I knew exactly how bad the damage was. Over 3 months of quiet after-hours work, I built a comprehensive forensic audit of the entire regional office's finances. Every piece of data came from systems I legitimately accessed through my coordinator role. My findings were staggering. Craig had been inflating quarterly sales figures by $140,000 to $200,000 per quarter for over 2 years. He logged phantom client accounts that didn't exist. He double-reported completed orders. He buried returns in cancellations so they never appeared in the numbers he sent up the chain. Total discrepancy, approximately $1.2 million in fabricated revenue. I also documented the nepotism hire. Tyler was brought on without going through standard HR channels, and Craig had been funneling a commission override to Tyler's accounts that Tyler never earned. Every finding was cross-referenced, time-stamped, and supported by original source documents. This wasn't a complaint, it was an airtight audit. He laughed at my limp, he stole my work, he called me slow. But slow means thorough. Slow means I didn't miss a single decimal point, and every single one of them pointed back to him. My best friend, Dominique, has known me since elementary school. We grew up 3 houses apart. She's a paralegal now at a labor and employment law firm in the city. Sharp mind, fierce loyalty, and absolutely zero tolerance for anyone who hurts the people she loves. When I showed her everything, she went quiet for a long time. Then she looked up from the papers and said, "Shayla, this isn't just a bad boss. This is disability discrimination, retaliation, and financial fraud. You don't just have a case, you have a bomb." Dominique helped me organize every document into a formal evidence package. She connected me with the senior attorney at her firm who reviewed the findings and confirmed it immediately. This is reportable, and it's actionable. Dominique coached me on presentation. Let the numbers speak. You don't need to cry, you need columns and dates. I also filed a formal ADA discrimination complaint with the EEOC, documenting every instance of disability-related harassment, the nickname, the physical mockery in meetings, the blocked promotion that specifically cited my mobility. Every incident logged with dates and witnesses. Meanwhile, Craig was flying higher than ever. He announced to the office that he was being considered for a VP position at corporate, a promotion based on his record-breaking regional performance. He threw himself a celebration lunch in the break room before the job was even official. He stood up with a coffee cup like it was a champagne glass and gave a speech. "This office runs because of leadership. Remember that." He didn't invite me. Tyler took a photo for the company newsletter. Craig was rehearsing his VP acceptance speech. I was CCing corporate compliance on an email with 47 attachments. One of us was about to have a very different kind of meeting. I submitted the full forensic audit directly to the company's corporate compliance department and the CFO's office. Every one of the 47 documented discrepancies, the phantom accounts, the buried returns, the nepotism hire, all of it. I bypassed Craig entirely. Simultaneously, Dominique's attorney filed the ADA discrimination complaint with full supporting evidence. Within 72 hours, corporate sent an internal audit team to our regional office. Craig was not notified in advance. They arrived on a Tuesday morning, 3 people in dark suits with laptops and boxes. The office smelled like burnt coffee and copy toner, same as every other morning, but the air felt different, charged. Craig walked out of his office and froze when he saw them. His confusion shifted to something else, something pale. He tried to charm his way through it. "Hey, what's going on? Nobody told me about any audit. I'm sure whatever this is, we can clear it up quick." They couldn't clear it up. Every number I flagged was confirmed. The $1.2 million discrepancy was real. His VP candidacy was suspended immediately. Craig was called into the conference room. When he walked through the door and saw me sitting at the table next to the compliance director, something in his face broke. "You?" His voice shook with rage. "You did this? You went behind my back, you little—" The compliance director cut him off mid-sentence. "Mr. Wexler, Miss Shayla didn't go behind your back. She did her job. She reported financial irregularities through the proper channel. You're the one who fabricated revenue for 26 months." Craig tried to deflect. His voice turned desperate. "Look, she's got a grudge. She's unstable. Look, she can barely—" I spoke. My voice was calm and precise, every word measured. "Slow enough for you?" Silence. Complete silence. The kind of silence that fills a room like water. The compliance director informed Craig he was terminated immediately. The regional office was being placed under corporate review and, depending on findings, faced full liquidation and restructure. Craig stood there, mouth open, hands hanging at his sides like he'd forgotten how to use them. I stood up. I gathered my folder. I walked out of that conference room with my limp visible, my posture tall, every step deliberate. I passed Tyler in the hallway. He stared at the floor. He couldn't meet my eyes. 3 months later, the regional sales office was officially liquidated. Staff were reassigned, accounts redistributed, the location closed permanently. Craig's fabricated numbers had masked a failing operation for years. Without the fiction, the office was completely unsustainable. Craig was terminated with cause. He was barred from the industry's professional association and is facing a potential civil fraud investigation. Tyler was let go. No charges filed, but no reference letter either. His career reset to 0. My ADA complaint resulted in a formal settlement and written acknowledgement from the company. They offered me the senior data analyst position at corporate headquarters, the exact role Craig had blocked. Full raise, full accommodation support, a real office with a window. Dominique framed the offer letter and hung it on the wall of her office. She sent me a photo with one line: "That's my best friend. Read it and weep." I accepted the position. On my first day at corporate, I walked into the building at my own pace. Nobody rushed me. Nobody mocked me. Nobody whispered a nickname as I passed. The lobby was quiet, except for the soft click of my brace against the marble floor. And for the first time, that sound didn't make me feel small. It made me feel like exactly who I am. He made fun of the way I walk, but I'm the one still standing, and he's the one who couldn't keep up with me. If anyone has ever reduced you to a disability, a limitation, or something about your body that you can't control and used it to hold you back at work or anywhere else, I want to hear from you. Your value was never defined by what they mocked. Subscribe and share your story in the comments. You deserve to be seen for what you can do. Click hype to help this story reach others who need it. Thank you for watching. If my story touched you, a like would mean the world to me. To help others find this story, people who might need it today, click hype. I always read the comments, so feel free to share a piece of your story with us. You never know who's listening and who needs to hear they're not alone.